Welcome back to my channel. With City Skylines 2 on the horizon, I wanted to go over my top 5 of my favorite SimCity games and just kind of give a quick little review on what I liked and disliked about them and how much fun I had with each one of them. I played the original SimCity for the Super Nintendo, and that's where I started out. I really enjoyed it, and then I moved on to SimCity 2000, then 3000, and 4, and ultimately up to SimCity 2013. Which was a very big disappointment for me, and after that I never looked back. And then I tried City Skylines in 2015, which I had a great deal of fun with it, with the modding community and everything like that. And now with City Skylines 2 coming up here, I'm excited about that. I'm going to pre-order that sucker pretty quick here. So, moving on, here's my top 5 list of SimCity games. Number 5. This is SimCity 2013, released in 2013. As you can see, the map is very small with 3 small cities in this area here and a great works in the center. You can choose each one of these guys here to build your city on, but the map sizes are far too small. Playing this map was very small. There was no room for anything, so after you were built out and completed, you had no more space to build anything. That's why I built those 2 arcologies. You just keep building up, and up. The interface was smooth and simple. Upgrading the existing city services was very neat too, adding extra buildings into the schools and City Hall. And that was a really neat feature. That's one of the neat things that I liked about this game. If this game was initially built as a standalone single-player game instead of a multiplayer game, which required an internet connection to be constantly active, and the map sizes were a decent size, similar if not the same as City Skylines, I think this game would have been a real winner. But unfortunately, this is where we ended up, and it's a steaming pile of crap. The game is number 5 on my list strictly because it's still visually pleasing and really fun to play. It's just very limited to what you can do. Number 4. SimCity 4. One of my favorites. I played large cities, small cities, medium cities, but it's all connected and intertwined. So when you went to region view, it looked really cool. When you went to the city view, it was, well, basically a city on a grid pattern or a square. One of the biggest gripes I had about this game was the fact that you'd play and play and play for, an hour or two and build all this stuff, and then all of a sudden the game would crash. Super frustrating with it. It had a similar layout to The Sims because The Sims was super popular at the time, so this one took a similar menu layout. But in the end, it was a fun game, very easy to use, very simple. The colors were great, the graphics were fantastic, and it was overall, at the time of, one of my favorites. I really enjoyed playing this one. Number 3. SimCity 2000. A 3D isometric view that enables you to twist and turn the entire city. You can zoom in and zoom out. Tons of features in this one. RCI meter, underground, sewer systems, subways. This game it had everything. Low, medium, high density, industrial, residential, and commercial. Had a lot of fun playing this one too. I didn't log very many hours in this one because I didn't own a PC. I just had to kind of use my friend's PC from next door and just play it here and there. And I played in the school here and there too, but didn't play very much of this, but I still had fun when I did play it. Number 2. The original SimCity. I never played this one as a kid, but I recently tried it out within the last 10 years to see what all the fuss was about, and it is a pretty neat game. I can see how this one laid the groundwork for the rest of the games to come. But the game that I played as a kid was SimCity for the Super Nintendo. I logged a ton of hours in this game because I had a Super Nintendo, and I would play and play and play and try every different combination on how to build a Megalopolis. And the only thing is, after 100,000 people, the music gets very tedious and monotonous. But with its 16-bit graphics and its simple interface, this game was always a pleaser from start to finish. This was a definite favorite of mine for sure. Number 1. And topping my chart is SimCity 3000. This one I played a ton of, and when I say a ton, in comparison to the other games that I mentioned earlier in this list here, this is the one that I logged hundreds of hours on this one. I played so many cities and I played this game so much, it was so much fun to play. This version continues a 3D isometric view and also introduced waste management and farms and agriculture to the system. Also gone is the brown color from the ground, and now we have a realistic green color with more details on the zoom levels. The music of this game was also fantastic. That's what one of my fond memories of this one is. Jerry Martin was the composer of most of the music, or all of the music in this game, and it had a jazz style to it, which was really good. Sim Broadway is one of my favorite titles from that soundtrack, and it is so much fun to listen to. I sometimes just pause the game and let that play because it was just so much fun. This one tops my list at number 1 because I have fond memories of this one. I feel it's the best one out of the series until EA started tanking the franchise with the next one and the next one after that. And that is my top 5 of SimCity games, according to myself. There were a couple of titles in there that came out from Focus Entertainment, Cities XL, and then they came out with Cities XL Platinum, and then Cities XL 2012, and then Cities XXL. Those were mostly negative reviews on those games. The interface was very clunky. The windows weren't positioned the greatest, and there were just some weird things about how everything was laid out. You can adjust everything, but it just didn't seem like it fit properly, which was a little bit odd. The last time I played those games was probably about 5 or 6 years ago, so I may give those games another go at it to just see how they are and how they hold up to this day, and just give it a shot and see what I can do with it. I know it's going to be frustrating just like SimCity 2013, but maybe, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. But that's it for me, and there's my list of SimCity games that I think are my top 5. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.